勝たなければ無意味です。落ち着いて考えましょう。予想通りの攻撃ですね。落ち着いて考えましょう。
Well,
素晴らしい戦術でした。指揮官。
sorry for the less than ideal quality from streaming at home. I think the adapter I have is just shot. I put some effort into trying to figure out why it slows down, but I didn't get anywhere. Yeah, I'm just streaming through the phone tonight. That's all I have access to right now. I might stream from the computer after this, but I can't do this.
私が私についてきて。恐れることはない。あがいてみせて。また来たよ。私についてきて。恐れることはない。あがいてみせて。ゴミくず。私についてきて。恐れることはないわ。あがいてみせて。ゴミくず。すべてを粉々に潰すのは最高だわ。よさです。みんなを守れ。起きなさい。断じしなさい。私も行きます。私についてきて。恐れることはない。私の邪魔をするのにずいぶんいい度胸をしてるわね。みんなを守れ。やってみせる。みんなを守れ。よっ情けないわ。楽しんでくれたする。主は許しません。私も行けます。情けないわ。楽しんでくれたする。星々はあなたたち深淵へと導くでしょう。信じて情けないわ。楽しんでくれたする。私についてきて。恐れることはない。すべてを粉々に潰すのは最高。私の邪魔をするなんてずいぶんいい度胸さです。すべて私がいる場所が戦場よ。私がいる場所が戦場よ。滅びなさい。懺悔しなさい。この矢はあなたへの憐れみです。 私足引っ張ってませんよね。わかりました。
Hey, Happy New Year. Sorry, I'm on the phone tonight. I'm on the phone for now, at least.
私の視界の外へ行かないでください。
Having some technical difficulties.
目を閉じて安らかに眠れ。
It's not an easy thing to fix either. Like the capture card is fine. It's either the adapter or the phone. It's probably just the adapter. But only place that sells nerd stuff like that is on the other side of town. So I'll try to get to that this week, and maybe we can start doing a better quality
私
mobile
の視界
streams
の外へ
again.
行かないでください。
Right now, this is the best I've got. The frame rate tanks when I hook it up to the capture card, so
素晴らしい戦術で
probably
した。
fine for like I don't know watching something, but playing a video game it's useless. It's been doing that since I got the new computer. But then I used the capture card for the Switch last night and it was fine, so all it could really be is the
予
adapter.
想通りの攻撃です。
切り開きます。
I don't want to buy one off Amazon though. I'd rather just get it from here locally. I tried that before and it was a big mess.
Let's 私についてきて。恐れることはないわ。勝利しても私には絶対服従よ。そうよね。私についてきて。恐れることはないわ。勝利しても私には絶対服従よ。そうよね。
How are things? I'm all right. How are you? A little annoyed with this little situation I'm in right now with the mobile capture, but it's whatever. Gotta make do with what I've got for now. Probably buy a new one and it'll just start working. I don't know. I might go to the game center and test it over there first. If it still does it over there, then it has to be the adapter. They'll let me do that. Pinnacle of Combat's coming back soon, so I'm gonna have actual good recording quality for that. It comes back, I think, today. I got a weapon. What's that? Ooh, dark. Oh yeah. Oh, I can't wear it yet because I'm not 14. Nice. Let's stick with these for now. Definitely made it a lot easier to get those drops. Maybe I'll actually play as the other characters now. Basic DP anti-air. This game is awesome. My ass beat. Straight just DP'd me straight out of the air. King shit. This dude's got a dive kick. What a god. Could do some pretty sick combos with that. Alright, so we're gonna finish the game on hard mode now and then go to epic gamer mode. Let's try that new weapon. Yeah, that gives an insane magic boost. What does he even have that scales with magic? I think I need to find some defense soon. Stand this boss. Make a boss that doesn't react to anything. Armor and ads and flying. I'm never going this route again. Other boss is way less stupid. way this works. Maybe he's got the health counter. Not fun. It's going to be a nightmare to 1cc. Small hurt box, summons ads and flies, and doesn't juggle. Otis is dead. That's okay. I don't like him anyway. Good riddance. This game's got a lot of great arcades. Got R-Type, got Ninja Warriors, Super Turbo. That's a pretty stacked lineup. They even got the Ninja Warriors cabinet right, because it was actually a 3-monitor game back when it came out. That's some insane accuracy. You didn't have to go in that hard. God damn. That's like actually what the real cabinet looked like. I did play on that cabinet when I was a kid. Let's see. I might want to try to get some trinkets as well. It's probably better to just go straight into gamer mode and grab the stuff from there. Let's go to Ultimate Gamer mode. I'm just going to credit feed to the shop. Credit feed to the shop. That's how we're going to do this. I guess I will go back that mode again just to see the final ending. I think the bison move, this bison move that he does is probably like the best way to beat that dragon. What's up, Bobby? He's still alive. I hate that about this game. They fall in and they don't die. Come back somehow. This guy that blocks is on my shit list too. Yeah, I pretty much got all his stuff from normal and hard, so I'll try gamer mode. At least there I can get some better stats. The level after this always has a shop, so can be worth it to try to forego the 1cc and just make it to the level after this. I like this. This is one of my favorite levels, actually. Jeez, got comboed to death. Relentless. The skeletal animation in this game is that it's actually quite good. I don't like this kind of animation style, at least for action games, it really doesn't sell the impact of what you're doing. But I think this game pulls it off pretty well. The game is made by like 3 people, so clown shoes.
Always want always friend. Always 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 here for here, friend.
36 attack. Let's see here. Stronger Magic kind of feels a little bit bunk. Just because you don't get to use it that much. It's on a really long cooldown. Have you played this game before? Yeah, I like this game. Probably one of my favorite games from last year. I think this is better than Castle Crashers. Castle Crashers is just one-dimensional. This game actually has depth to it, especially for a mobile game. I put a lot of effort into this. I don't like the art style, but I can look past it. I like the game. Played a good probably 20 hours of this. Good game. Plus, it's important for stuff like this to succeed because it teaches people that you don't need to have predatory monetization to be successful. You can still like update the game and have microtransactions, but like no gambling. Give them like a couple bucks for your time you enjoy playing it. And make a living. You're not getting boned by RNG like 99% of normal games.
町の生物よ、愚か者どもを排除せよ。クラクランが負け、痛みを感じることになるとは。
Castle Crashers has not aged well. Well, ironically, it has a lot of the same problems that the new Turtles game does, where all the characters are the same. The game is just popular because it came out when there weren't that many AAA games on Xbox. It was a beat 'em up that was mostly kid friendly. It has some crude humor in it because it's from the Newgrounds guys, but kid friendly, had online. First beat 'em up, like somewhat large scale beat 'em up in the 80s. Other than that, it's not that great. One of those games you're thankful it exists because it told developers that you could make a game like that and make money. It wasn't a dead genre like they thought, but I have like no desire to play that game again. There's better things to play now. Plus, the people that make that game, they make like a different genre of game every time they do a new game. So it wasn't even, they didn't even really expand upon it. I think it was rumored that they were going to do a Castle Crashers 2, but they decided to not spam sequels. I think a lot of people wouldn't have minded if they just turned Castle Crashers into like a full franchise, but ironically, it seems like the only other thing that they've done that's been really successful was Battle Block Theater, which was the game that came out a couple years after Castle Crashers. Their other one, I like never hear anybody talk about it. I don't think it did too well. I wouldn't be surprised if they're gonna like try to do Castle Crashers again, like bring it back. The game was ahead of its time for sure. The netcode worked, from what I remember. That's like the best thing about Turtles. You don't even have to like that game. I don't really like it that much, but it has value for sure, just because the netcode actually works. That's a pretty big deal. I mean, most beat 'em ups these days don't even have net play, and if they do, it's like laggy and it's not really good at all. You have to be playing somebody you know. You can't play with randoms, which isn't a bad thing to some people, but I definitely don't care for Discord fighters. They're more fun with friends, of course, but it's nice when you could just jump into a game and there's actually people playing. You don't have to go on a Discord and beg for a match. Alien Hominid as well, yeah. Like, everything they've done since Battle Block Theater that doesn't really get talked about. Let's see. Actually, a new character on this comes out in like 2 days. So I kind of don't want to use the Garden right now. And try to save up as many resources as I can. And try to max them out. There's 2 characters. There's a mage and like a Bishonen vampire. The mage doesn't look my style. Looks like she has a melee attack. But I'm really excited about the vampire. He looks pretty cool. Scott Pilgrim's not really a great game either. That game was kind of jacked up when it came out anyway, because they had no net play at all. The game wasn't on PC, so you couldn't really get around that problem. And then also, they promised net play later, and they did deliver it, but from what I remember, the net play sucked, and then the game got delisted like 3 months later. The net play came out like over a year later. It was like a really long time. Nobody was even really thinking about that game anymore. That's also one of the first games that was the game that made me stop caring about achievements at all, because it had freaking co-op achievements with no online play. I had to boost with a second controller to get them. I didn't care about achievements too much. I did get all the achievements on that game. I'm like, dude, this is stupid. Why do you have co-op achievements when there's no online? Like, super dick move. I hate when they do that. The first River City Girls was like that as well. That's why I didn't get all the achievements in that game. I'm like, yeah, I'm not playing through the whole game co-op with one controller. Like, I got 100% of the stuff in the game. I don't really care about the rest. I don't know if it will come out on Switch, but it is on PC. If you want to try this game, it's out on PC. And if you want to try the game, because it does cost money on Steam, I definitely recommend trying the demo, trying the mobile version. Forced co-op achievements in offline games will push a lot of people away from caring about them. They're really achievements for me. I just I do the stuff that I find fun, but if they want me to go do this attack like 3,000 times or play in co-op 400 ranked matches on a game that has like 2 concurrent players, fuck that, I'm out. I'll do everything that requires skill, or that I at least find fun to do, and then I'm out. I'm not doing any more than that. I did do everything in River City Girls too. I got 100%, but most of the achievements were like co-op, and the game didn't have net play. Like, all right, thanks, I guess. Thanks for nothing. Ironically, the crossplay in River City Girls 2 is holding that game back because they can't patch the game just on one platform. Now they have to do all of them. That game's not going to get fixed anytime soon, which is a shame. It's a couple patches away from being a really solid game, but they released it in a pretty unacceptable state. I like how they delayed the game and then it's like didn't come out any better. It's like he delayed the game and it came out like that. Like, how bad was it before? actually, we knew how bad it was because the Switch version was all messed up because it was like months old. That game as a release is just a train wreck. It's a shame. It's a good game. It's not without its flaws, but kind of didn't really want to recommend it to anybody. It's not fun having to wait for a broken game to be playable. And they want like $40 for it too, which is not helping things. That's a pretty steep price for a beat 'em up. I think most people can't really justify spending that much on a beat 'em up of all things. But then for it to be so broken as well is just not helping. Dragon Mark for Death was like that too. They promised a big update, and it took like 10 months to come out. And by the time that it came out, like nobody was playing the game anymore. Like, yeah, you shouldn't have mentioned that like almost a year ago. That's what killed that game. I really enjoyed that game, but come on. You don't have a big player base to begin with to get away with doing that, but then you kind of screw over the people that really wanted to play it. It's pretty much a ghost town by the time the DLC came out. I think another instance of that was Batman Arkham Knight. They're like, oh, we can't sell this anymore. We're gonna refund everybody when they bring it back, and they're like, well, couldn't fix it. Sorry. That's one of those games that they barely even really fixed anything from what I hear. Mostly just computer hardware got better. Like top of the line stuff at the time could like barely run it, so it pretty much means that anybody who's not like a super enthusiast content creator or just rich person in general can play it. I just thought that was hilarious. The game was so broken they had to stop selling it. That's what Cyberpunk was. Cyberpunk was Batman Arkham Knight 2, but worse. Batman Arkham Knight release was just embarrassing. It turned out to be a good game from what I've seen, but basically, like, no like normal computer could run it back then. The stuff that was available wasn't good enough for it. It still happens too. That Callisto Protocol game was broken on PC as well. I heard about that. It's partially the way the game industry works now. They can release something that's broken and buggy and half done, and then fix it. You fix the game and you can launch it with like a 30 or 40% discount and like new content, and then people will just forget that it was broken. People just kind of forget that. I mean, it's pretty much, Arkham Knight's pretty much solved now, and they barely did jack shit to it. It's mostly just, it's one of those games that benefits from power creep. Been through like a good, like, 5 or 6 graphics card and processor generations since that game came out, so... You have even a remotely acceptable gaming computer that can run like modern games, the game will just work fine. I think they did like a little bit of work on it, but mostly it's one of those games that just got power crept. Really hard to run when it came out to an unacceptable state. Like people with perfectly good computers for the time can run it. I honestly think they should stop selling River City Girls too. That's my honest opinion. The state that game is in. Especially because there's a physical version. The physical version is completely useless. Because the physical version has like a build from like September or something on it. It's like, I think people estimate it was like 3 or 4 months old. So if you bought that, you're kind of a sucker. You're not getting what you want. You can say that for most physical games, of course, because they keep adding stuff to games. Even if the game doesn't get any DLC, they're doing like free updates and stuff now with more content. There's nothing wrong with Jitsu Squad. It's just not the best game replay value-wise. There's no New Game Plus. The extra character and the new modes aren't out yet. They rushed it out for console. They should have waited until they had all that stuff ready. The game is perfectly fine. I just think it's not really a replayable game right now. There's nothing to do with the game mechanics either. It's just that you unlock moves and you level up your characters and stuff, and then you can't keep it. New Game Plus was a stretch goal that they have not added yet, so it's a good game, but there's no online play, and the progression systems kind of don't work, because you can't carry it over right now. It will be over to later, but right now you can't. That's like why I don't play that game that much. I really like that game, but the game is functionally it's fine. I'm sure the lack of online is probably a deal breaker for a lot of people as well. beat 'em ups are gonna have to start having Turtles really up the standards for beat 'em ups in general. The functionality side, the gameplay in that game, I don't think is that great, but it has like crossplay with some platforms, and then also rollback. It's going to be a hard sell for a lot of these beat 'em ups coming out that still have only local online, local co-op only. I don't think it's going to cut it anymore. I personally don't care, but that's like the best thing about Turtles is it's raising the bar for. They took the online very seriously. That's like the best thing that game did. You can be in like a 6-player party with randoms, and the game still works fine. The netcode is very good. Beat 'em ups are still behind in that regard, though. I mean, fighting games have been around just as long as beat 'em ups, and they're barely scraping by. A lot of the games still don't have rollback. Yeah, that's why I'm grateful for Turtles, even though I didn't really care for the game much myself. It still manages to move things forward, despite having its fair share of problems, gameplay-wise. They cared enough to realize that, like, the target demographic for that game is people in their, like, early to late 30s. And, like, their friends that they want to play it with probably don't live anywhere near them anymore. They're married and have their own families, and they're on, like, the other side of the country. It's very smart on their part to do that. Can't say that for Street Sport. River City Girls 2 does have crossplay. I don't know how good it is. I hear it has rollback, but no one really wants to play it because the frame rate is really bad on everything but PC right now. All right, well, that's it for the mobile portion of the stream. If you're not aware why I'm streaming at home from the phone, I normally only do that when I'm out. It's because I think my adapters, it gave out, or it doesn't like something on my computer. My capture card works fine on console. So maybe later today I'll try to get another one, but I'm a little bit busy today. I'm taking my buddy out. He's been going through a rough time. I'm gonna go ahead and treat him to lunch. And maybe if there's time, I'll try to get another adapter. It's like I kind of need to. There's Pinnacle of Combat, the new version comes out, I think sometime today. I don't know what time because the game is out in China, but I have an account for that already. So I'll see if I can maybe get that going sometime today. I could probably just try it on emulator, honestly. I have a really good computer now, so we'll see. But I'm going to go ahead and hop off. Give me like a couple minutes, and we'll play some games on PC. How about that? But yeah, if I try to hook up my adapter to the capture card, the phone runs at like a third of the frame rate. So for the purpose of playing games, it's like non-functional. So either today or tomorrow, I'll try to get a new adapter. I don't really know of anywhere else I could really test it, but I think the adapter is shot. I've had it for like a year, so we'll see. Oh, the Cobra Kai games are shit. Do not buy those. Do not buy those. They're overpriced trash. Don't buy those. They got some, like, nobodies in Brazil to make that game, and they have no idea how to make a beat 'em up. The publisher that published that game, they're known for taking like licenses for like games that people want and they get like the worst, cheapest studios to make them. So they're like, it's something you want. A Karate Kid beat 'em up is like a no-brainer, right? But instead of getting a good studio to do it, they get cheap ones that don't know what they're doing. Pretty much all their games are like that. The one exception is the Nick All-Star Brawl. Like that's still like a really small studio that they got to make that game, but they had actually made a Smash clone before. It's called Slap City. Before Multiversus and Brawlhalla, that was like the closest you could get to Smash Brothers on PC. So like that game is still janky, yes, but for that publisher, that's like the best game that they put out. They kind of just lucked out that they got. It's like a team of like 10 people like made that game, but they actually knew what the fuck they were doing. So, but yeah, if you see Game Mill Interactive as a publisher, and it looks like something you want to play, don't play it. They pretty much do that on purpose. They spend like no money, especially for a beat 'em up. There's like not really an excuse for it. There's plenty of people that have put out small teams that have put out good beat 'em ups. I'm not even talking about Streets 4 size. There's Fight and Rage was made by like one guy. Final Vendetta was made by a small team. Mayhem Brawler as well. Those are all like really good games made by like tiny teams. They could have gotten any of them to do those games, but no, they got some studio from Brazil, and I actually looked it up. I looked it up, and basically most of what they had done was like Flash tier games. Like games for like websites and stuff. They're nowhere near cut out to make a beat 'em up, especially for a big license like Cobra Kai. But yeah, avoid them like the plague. The only good thing that they put out pretty much is the Nick All Stars game. But that's just dumb luck, I think. They got lucky. Because those people had actually made a Smash clone before. It was decently popular. It's probably not popular that much now, because there's Multiversus, which is like pretty similar, but has like a lot more money put behind it and actual known characters. But yeah, I don't know if people knew that. The Nick Brawl game was actually made by experienced Smash clone developers. The game is called Slap City. It was popular for a long time just because there weren't any other like platform fighters when that game came out. Rivals of Aether wasn't out. There wasn't Multiversus or anything. But yeah, avoid their stuff like the plague. Don't fall for it. You can look up footage of Cobra Kai 2. It looks like a meme game. Like the characters like barely animate. The frame rate is terrible. It looks like you can play like a better game in like Roblox. There's probably some 8-year-old that made a beat 'em up in Roblox that's probably more functional and cost less money. Anyway, let me hop off here and I'll come back on the computer. Give me a few minutes.